you struggling with hitting the goals that you set in your life? You have the best intentions and you set out. You do the proper planning and you know exactly what it is that you want, but you fall up short each and every time. Well, if that's you, I know exactly how you feel. My name's Rebecca Kiger. I'm a certified high performance coach and financial advisor, and I know what it's like to be in your shoes. So today I'm going to teach you a technique that's called the Embody Me technique. And what this means is when we're looking at achieving this greatness in our lives and we have these huge goals, one of the biggest things that people miss is understanding the type of person that I need to become in order to hit those levels of success. So we've got to embody that highest version of ourselves in order to ever even think about reaching those goals. So the first thing that you're going to get clear on in this Embody Me process is, what does the highest version of me look like? What do they look like? Are they fit? Are they healthy? What are they doing on a daily basis? How do they walk? How do they talk? How are their facial expressions? How do they present themselves to someone, right? So getting really clear about, what does that version of me look like? You know, are they walking around slouched? Right? You can tell that that person doesn't have confidence, or are they standing tall and confident in what they're saying? How do they appear to other people? So take some time to journal that out. What does that version of me look like? Number two, what are habits around their health? What kind of food do they eat? What is their normal routine when it comes to exercise? How many times a week are they exercising? What type of exercising are they doing? You know, all of these things are really important to get clear on, because that highest version of you is acting differently than the way that you are. So how do they act, right? We've got to get really, really clear on that. Number three, what kind of people does the highest version of me hang around? Am I hanging around people who are not striving for more? Am I hanging around people who are complaining all the time, who are broke? You know, maybe they're not achieving greatness in their life because they don't really care. They're complacent, right? Am I hanging around those kinds of people, or am I around people who are motivating me, striving to get better? Are they pushing me to be a better person? Are they holding me accountable? You know, who am I hanging around? Who is that version of me actually surrounding themselves with? You know, we talk about this all the time, but we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So if I'm hanging around clowns, it's no wonder that my life looks like a circus, right? So getting clear on those kinds of people. If you're hanging around positive, energetic people that are going to push you, you are more likely to be a positive, energetic person who's going to push others. Being very clear about the inner circle of the highest version of you. Number 4, how does this version of me treat other people? You know, am I walking around not wanting to be bothered all the time, with my head down, looking away, not looking people in the eyes? Or do I want to be someone who is presentable and I'm smiling at people and I'm looking them in the eyes and I'm being available to them? How am I showing up for other people? So it's really important to understand the habits and the strategies that this version of you possess in order to be able to move closer to those goals. And then take a look at a day in the life of the highest version of me. What does that look like? Am I sleeping until noon, getting up, kind of moseying around, doing whatever I feel like it, letting the day pass me by? Or am I getting up early? Do I have a designated morning routine to set the stage for my day? Am I working on those goals? Do I have time blocks in place to be able to make enough time for all the things that I need to get done? You know, am I exercising? What does the day in the life look like of the person that I need to become in order to reach these goals? That's going to be a really, really big point, because you're going to want to establish those habits. Start to create those every single day. Am I living as this highest version of me? And if I'm not, what do I need to do to adjust to be able to do so? How does the highest version of me feel every day? Am I walking around miserable? Am I walking around depressed? Am I upset? Or am I happy? Am I generating energy? Am I doing the things that I need to do in order to fill up my cup so that I feel good every day, right? Because we can't pour from an empty cup. And if we're not doing the things that we need to do to feed our mind and feed our spirit, whatever that is for you, whatever habits make you feel alive, if we're not doing those things, then we're going to feel like crap every day. And if we feel like crap every day with low energy, we're never going to work towards hitting our goals. That's not the highest version of us. So we've got to figure out, what does this highest version of me feel on a daily basis? And then work towards those things, work towards those feelings. If it makes you happy to meditate every morning because you can get your stress levels down that way, then meditate and get your stress levels down. If it makes you feel good to take your dog for a walk because you can get out in the fresh air, then take your dog for a walk and get out in the fresh air. Do the things that are going to make you feel good, that are going to make you feel alive. Because otherwise, if we don't feel alive and we don't feel energized towards a goal, how the heck do we expect to get there? We're never going to be able to sustain that long term. So making sure that we understand, how does that person feel and what kind of energy do they show up with every day? I also want you to include, for 21 days, I want you to take 3 minutes, just 3 minutes a day, envisioning yourself accomplishing that goal. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whoever it is that you want to become, I want you to take 3 minutes a day and actually envision that you are already there. Feel it as though you're there. See what you would see, feel what you would feel, and put yourself in that position. I promise you, these visualization practices are so powerful in helping you achieve those goals that it's not even funny. So I would take that time, 3 minutes every single day, to envision yourself already accomplishing this goal. I promise it's going to help you get closer to that as you go. There are so many studies that show, as we visualize towards our goals, our brain actually helps us accomplish them even faster. I've also included a worksheet in the description to help you with this process, so you can walk through that every single day if you choose. This is a tool that will help you to be able to really get clear about who is the highest version of me and how can I walk in their shoes every single day and get closer to those goals. Now all that's left for you to do is go and be great. Put these things into action. Start visualizing who it is that you need to become in order to reach those goals, and step in to that version of you every single day as best that you can. And I promise you, you're going to get closer to that goal every single day. Please leave me a comment as you start to accomplish these goals and you walk in the shoes of the person that is capable of achieving anything. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure you hit subscribe so you can stay tuned for the weekly content of all things to help you level up your life.